is our melon patch. I don't have them marked or anything, but here's a row of some kind of melon. It could be the cantaloupe. It's all coming up here. We'll soon have vines galore everywhere. Let's see, here is, that might be the butternut squash, or this one might be the butternut squash. But I've got to get out here and do some weeding. Yeah, but we have, oh, there's more there, and there's more. So we've got rows out here. There's the cucumbers all down the right side. And then the potatoes. I don't think the potatoes will shade the cucumbers out for long because the cucumbers are pretty fast growers. Corn. Corey just treated all of the stuff with the corn, especially with BT and some foliar spray. And he also treated with spinosad to keep the little chewing insects, bugs, worms out of here. These things are growing really, really fast. Really, really fast. This is the weeding I need to do out here. It's, what is it, brown top millet that was the cover crop. It's growing very thickly through here, but I need to get it out so it doesn't steal the nutrients from the corn. And potatoes. Potatoes are blooming. We've had some issue with losing some of our potato plants, and it looks like the biggest thing right now is that the fire ants are getting down in here, burrowing in and eating the plants. That's what we can tell this wilt is from. It may not be all there is to it, but we have lost some plants. We're in the process of figuring that out. See, there's a gap in between those potatoes that Corey pulled to see what might be the issue. He investigated the roots and the inside of the plant, the structure of the plant, to try to figure out what's going on. Here are our peppers. Corey went through and topped them all so that they would get bushier rather than spindly. So we'll see how that goes. You can see that since he's topped it off here, the new growth is coming in the forks of each branch. So those should be bushing out pretty well. This is the line of tomatoes I planted by seed. They've been coming slowly, but they're here. I think they're cherry tomatoes is what I planted here. This is our kale. What was it? I don't think it's Ethiopian. No, I don't remember what variety it is, but we've intentionally allowed this plant to go to seed so that I can harvest this seed for future use. So I've got to do that soon before it starts popping seed pods and replanting itself. It's really huge. And here's, of course, our tomatoes, our producing tomatoes. I've been coming out here and grabbing tomatoes off of them. And this is where I got the tomatoes that I roasted, and you'll see that in another video. Our onions are thickening up nicely, trying to bulb. There's a couple of really good ones down further. Check this out. I'll have to look at my chart to see exactly which variety these are. Here's some more tomatoes. We didn't get these trellis soon enough, so they're on the ground. so I have to watch them carefully. We're dealing with some bug pressure. Yucky yuck. See if I'll leave that on there to sacrifice it for the others. Looks like one's coming, but it's not quite red enough, so I'm gonna leave that. We've got several more coming. Guys, the rest of our tomatoes are doing remarkably well. We went through and did the Florida weave as I show earlier in this video, but the tomato plants have grown even more since then, and that's super great. These over here, let me step over these. These over here are our Roma tomatoes, and they're just taking off. I think I have some that are actually putting on some tomatoes. You see some blooms there, but I think I saw, yes, there's one of our first Romas coming on. These things look very healthy. There's some more. Super exciting. We had to replace 1 or 2 Romas that didn't make it with another variety, so there's other tomatoes mixed in here, but this one definitely looks like a Roma, and this one definitely does. Well, those might be Romas actually too. They look a little round to me, but we will see. So this is a continuation of our market garden. I want to go over here and show you the zucchini and the squash plants. Let me show you. We have leftover cover crop volunteer sunflower plants that are doing really well. So we've decided to leave them there and enjoy them. Our beets are still coming. Got to get these weeds out of here. You see the zucchinis over there? Or actually, that one's the squash. They look nice and green. Really healthy. So we are happy about that. We've been spraying these, treating them so that the bugs don't get them. Oop, we got some squash coming. Isn't that awesome? They grow so fast, guys. So fast. So like I say, if you have a wild hair and you feel like planting one of these in a pot, a bucket, in a flower garden somewhere, I promise you, you won't have to wait long for actual produce, and that's really encouraging. There's another sunflower between the zucchini. Zucchini are looking really good. I had to plant more down here because they didn't come up, and they are coming up very quickly. So they'll be catching up with the others soon. Let's see if we have any starting here. I don't see any newbies yet. But I see the starts of flowers. So these are looking really good. And then we have our okra over here. Whole row of okra. I'll have to go in and spot seed because there's a couple gaps. That's one thing that you have to look for. When you're planting, especially in large amounts, sometimes all of the seeds don't come up and you have to go through and reseed. So you just got to watch that so that you'll get as much harvest as you planned to. And you just have to watch your crops, watch your seeds, and make sure they're germinating, and if not, plant new ones. Of course, give them time, but when you have others of the same thing growing exponentially quickly and the others haven't sprouted yet, those were probably dead seeds. All of our corn is doing well. I don't see any bug pressure yet, thanks to my husband going through and faithfully spraying and making sure everything is tended to and remains healthy. These are natural sprays that we use. Go ahead and feel free to look up the BT and the spinosad. They're all safe. Wow, it's super windy, guys. It's super windy. Super windy. I guess it makes for strong plants, huh? It's only when we're put through some stress that we grow. All of us, including plants. Now that's a lot of seeds right there. That's a big bundle of kale. And some of them are dried, but there's a lot of them that are still green, and I'm hoping that they'll dry out, but there's enough dry on here to warrant taking this bush down for fear of them reseeding and for preserving seed. I'm new at saving and preserving seed, and I'm learning, but when our plants go to seed, we want to at least try to save the seed that come from the plants, because I'm sure it's highly doable. And that way we're less dependent on having to go and purchase seed or order seed. And the seed that we get from our plants that we grow here will be more adapted to our climate, the soil, community, and therefore be stronger and more resilient, pest resistant. And the more generations that we do that with, the stronger plants we'll have for our area. So that's something worth looking into, and that's exciting to us. Going back toward the house, and I see these peaches. Aren't they magnificent? They're awesome. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, there's always a reason to smile, so keep smiling and try something new. Try to plant something and see what it does, see how it grows. There's nothing lost in just planting a seed. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you next time.